All right. Hello, everyone, and welcome to NASA Bunker 33. I'm your host once again, Quitties the Sprinkler, as always. And with me tonight, we've got the wonderful Vishanti. How you doing tonight, Vish?
I'm not always Vishanti, but I am here at least for a little while before I gotta go finish on some Passover stuff. So, yay!
Make sure to smear the lamb's blood on your door.
Yeah, I mean, I haven't even gotten around to killing the thing, so whoops.
Well, why are you here? You need to get to
Right.
slaughtering. Priorities, come on.
But I'm not a shochet. I don't ritually slaughter other. I don't know. We're just kidding. If anybody watches this in the future or is watching right now, no, we don't put lamb's blood on the friggin' doorpost.
You think people actually watch this?
Well, at least 3 people besides us.
Yay.
Oh, wow. Hey, three people. How you doing tonight?
Because I figure, like, probably Christmas watching from the control room, but it's like
Yep.
me and you. I don't know how much you watch the side chat. So,
Yeah.
oh,
And
just kidding. It's one person.
speaking of Christmas, we also have Christmas. How you doing tonight?
I'm doing okay. Except for the fact that we had to literally scramble last minute to get the videos prepared. But that's
Yeah,
fine. That's generally how we do
because
things here anyway.
I kind of forgot about it, and I get on to join the pre-show and see a message saying, "Hey, can you find some videos for the show that you sent a few days ago?" I think.
Yeah.
And yeah, I just saw it an hour ago, so yeah, I just spent the
Go
last
off.
hour finding videos for the show. So hope you enjoy it, everyone. And of course, the wonderful Forno Raisin. How you doing tonight?
Um, I'm doing okay. The only complaint that I have is what we have to take care of next week.
Yeah. So Forno
I only
Raisin gets
just
to
got my
pop
eye to
her
stop
host
twitching.
cherry.
Yeah.
Next week she'll be our host, and I get the week off from hosting. So that's going to be awesome.
A much deserved week.
So anyway, we don't have the wheel tonight. So I don't know what order we're going in. Chrismer, why don't you tell us what's coming up first?
It's going to be completely random.
Oh, okay. So
Whatever we feel
we
like
have a
playing.
good mix. When we were looking up videos, we have a good mix of actual like science behind
Yeah.
things,
Yeah.
as well as crazy Karens that don't understand things.
Yeah. Most of them are
And
about
yeah,
2 minutes long, except for one that's like 10 minutes long. So we should really cut these like really quick. It's going to
yeah,
be a quick show, probably an
yeah,
hour and a half to 2 hours.
yeah. That's quick for us.
That's quick for us.
What was it a couple of weeks ago when we went for like 3.5 hours?
Yeah,
We were
that was
having
a long
fun
one.
though.
We were having fun.
Yeah, that's what she said.
And
That was a long one. We were having fun.
let's see now. What are we starting off tonight with? What? There we go.
All right, so looks like we've got Sainsbury Karen first. So
Before all of the UK people murder Euclides, it's Sainsbury.
Sainsbury.
I don't care. I'm from Salisbury, so I'm going to pronounce the hard berry in Sainsbury. British people aren't real. They're like Australia for the Northern Hemisphere.
Ah, okay.
So yeah.
Because we're both exempt. Okay, have you got a medical exemption card? Don't need one. Don't need any proof.
What is your exemption?
Nothing to do with you, a doctor?
I know, so
Are you a doctor?
We've been requested on behalf
You have
of
no
Sainsbury's.
right to ask me what my disability is. It's against the law.
Sainsbury's.
Against
Your
the law.
disability is that you're a Karen.
Yeah.
I mean, why don't you just say it, Karen? Just say your disability is that you are Karen. They will understand. It's not that
And
difficult.
they will understand and then escort you outside the store.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It is against the law. Yes, it is.
It is against the law.
Hold it. The manager, regardless of whether or not you're wearing masks, the manager has told you that he's not going to serve you. Why? Because you. Can you read that, please? There is the government statement that you are not allowed to ask me what my disability is. Pop on there. No, I don't need to read that. You printed out. No, you should know the law. I do.
Want you to wear a mask, you should refuse to wear a mask.
No, it's the law that if I am exempt, I do not.
It doesn't matter how many times you say it's the law. It's not the fucking law.
I have a feeling that the people with police on their clothes
Yeah, know what the law is.
know the law a little bit better than you do, Karen. Maybe.
Just maybe.
I mean,
Just maybe.
it's kind of their job.
Great.
No, it won't be with Sainsbury's. They will be subject to a fine of up to £9,000 for this, because this is against the Disability Act, which is on the government.
Okay, Karen.
So, does the UK have a disability act like the US does?
Maybe.
Because I know about the US
Maybe.
Disabilities Act.
I don't know.
I don't think anyone in our chat is from the UK, unless I'm mistaken. So
It's kind of middle of the night for them.
someone call the queen. I don't know.
Oh, yeah, someone called the queen.
I know that's in poor taste, and you guys are sick of hearing about it, but lol, imagine having a monarchy in 2021.
Yeah.
Yeah. All I can think of is the Jon Stewart impression of the Queen.
Oh my god,
We
they
should
make
do
that
that.
so much now.
Oh,
I will
God,
dunk on every nation that still has a monarchy. I really will. Like Spain, if you have to take their citizenship thing, you have to like swear fealty to the king and queen. I'm like, fuck that shit.
I mean, at least in the UK, at least it's more of just a symbolic thing now.
Yeah. I mean, yeah.
But that's not the case in every country with a monarch.
Yeah, still monarchies in this age
Yeah.
with this economy.
With this economy?
I only trust governments where strange ladies in lakes hand out swords.
Yeah. I mean, shouldn't that be the basis of every government? Some
Yeah.
watery tart handing you a bloody sword?
Yeah. I mean, it worked in Monty Python.
Yeah.
Why can't it work? Can it work everywhere?
Website, which you
Back
should
to the
know
video.
about. And this is in fact discrimination. All right, this is discrimination.
It's not discrimination.
Yes, it is. It's on the government website. You should know the
It's on
law
the
that they are
government website.
breaking the Disability Act.
Oh,
All right, I will be taking it to court.
Okay.
All right, thank you.
See you at court.
Bye.
Okay, hold on.
Sorry, can I go back? Badge number?
I really have to
So,
figure out why does
I
every single
really,
one of them always
really
go
doubt.
straight to money? Like every single one of them,
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I'm
It's
going
the
to sue
ongoing
you, and
threat.
you're going to owe me a bunch of money.
That I
And I
mean,
really
Sure.
doubt that Karen knows anything about what it's like to be discriminated against.
yeah, she does.
no, she
I
doesn't.
seriously doubt she's ever faced actual, real
No.
discrimination of
That's the
any
reason why when
kind.
somebody tells her that she can't, that she has to put a mask on, she's already screaming, "Oh my God, it's discrimination!" I'm over here
Yeah.
thinking to myself, "Oh, yay, that's actually a new decoration I can use now."
Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
Like
I
there are
mean,
so many
you know,
different
I
masks
went
out
out
there
and
right
bought
now. It's
really
just
cool
not even funny.
masks. Yeah. You know, I'm not one. I really cannot speak on discrimination. I'm a straight white male that was born a Christian.
Yeah, you're kind of playing life on like the easy setting.
Yeah.
Yeah. You know, and my family owned a lot of land. So, hey,
You just
I'm
keep
set.
notching that pile over
Yeah.
a little bit more and more, don't you?
But, you know, there are people that do actually face discrimination on a daily basis, and being told that you can't buy your fucking Ben and Jerry's or whatever the fuck they eat in La La Land, England, because you refuse to wear a fucking mask. No, that's not discrimination, Karen.
That's an inconvenience.
It's just a,
Yes.
that is at best an inconvenience.
And all she had to do to
at
get rid of
best.
that inconvenience is put a mask on that most of those stores over there will actually offer to you free of charge.
Yeah.
And see, here's the thing. It's an inconvenience to everyone. And everyone else, except for Karen,
Have you seen
is
that Gary
fine with it.
Oldman, the Gary Oldman gif of him going, everyone? That's what I think
Get
about
me
every time.
everyone. What do you mean everyone? Everyone! God, I love that movie.
He's kind of a piece of shit, but that is such a classic.
That's one of the greatest movies. If you guys haven't seen Leon the Professional, one of the best movies ever made.
Yes.
Especially the extended version, the director's cut, where it's got like, you know, the 30 minutes of him training teenage Natalie Portman how to be a contract killer.
God.
Oh yeah, and he straight up shoots her when she's wearing that like little jacket and everything. She just like gets flung backwards and stands back up.
Yeah. And they go to the one guy's apartment, and she's got like the paintball gun, and you know, she shoots him, and he freaks out. He's like, "What the fuck is this? Why did you shoot me with that?" And you know, just turns around and shoots and kills him. He's like, "Shut up."
Chris Mirror, I put something for you in the green room.
Oh, great. What's
Now I'm
It's
gonna
only
have to
a
pull that out of
photo.
my collection and watch it again.
Yeah,
okay,
it's been a while since I've seen the full version. Like every once in a while, one of the streaming services will pop the regular edited for TV version up, and I'll watch it. But I've got the extended version on DVD.
Okay,
It's not the
so
same. No, you need the extended
this
version. I
meme,
have my Blu-ray version that I prefer.
this made me
Yeah.
laugh so hard. So you guys know that the Suez Canal's been blocked for like a week because a boat accidentally ran aground and is blocking like all these hundreds of ships. Well,
Yeah.
I didn't think it would take this long to get this meme going, but they're actually doing it. Ever since the Suez Canal's been blocked, they're actually going back around the Cape of Good Hope like it's the 1700s. Scurvy patients. Oh my God, y'all wait. The wait to fix the Suez Canal so long. Everyone's literally just going to fuck around the entire continent of Africa again. It's gonna people in Cape Town are about to get unexpectedly rich.
I have got to show these while we're talking about that.
It said, "Oh my God, they did it! We're back to 1700 shipping routes, folks. The sea shanties were prophetic."
This is one of Arduin's. This is one of Arduin's memes. That he
Thank
had.
you, Arduin, for this. This actually made me laugh for like a good 5 minutes straight. Every time I kept looking at it, I just kept crying at laughter.
I feel like this whole thing should have been better planned for in the sense that the canal's so narrow that it doesn't seem practical, but I don't know. I don't design canals.
Also, the Japanese can rule 34 anything, apparently.
The internet can rule for everything.
Well, yeah, the internet, internet rule 34 is everything. And speaking of, we have a rule 34 ever, well.
I know an exception to Rule 34.
Oh, I just brought this full circle.
Rule 34 has actually been Rule 34. Anything will be Rule 34.
Yeah.
I guarantee you will not find this on the internet.
But I thought, thank you.
A regular sized
what
person.
You say, because a few of our
I put something else in the green
just
room.
DM you.
No. A regular sized person and a midget. And the regular sized person shoves their fist up the midget's ass and uses them as a hand puppet.
Okay, I guarantee you.
Until I get that,
DM you those
then hand puppet Rule 34 does not exist.
Okay, that sounds more like you're demanding personal requests.
I just brought this back full circle because somebody sent me a meme. It is a tweet, and I'm waiting for the display to catch up because it's kind of a weird.
Yeah.
Weird crop. Well, I'll just read it out since it's hard to see.
Seeing the Oral Roberts and Arkansas
It
Razorback.
says,
I fixed it. I fixed it.
speaking of the Suez Canal, but also Passover starting. Happy Passover to everyone, and especially to the Evergiven or Evergreen, depending on which paint you're looking at, as it waits to be freed from Egypt. Yes. Good.
Let my people go.
Let my people go.
Let my keel go. Woo. Someone down threads like, wow, you think you have troubles now? Like, wait till they part the Red Sea.
Yep.
Oh man.
Let my
Who
keel
else
go.
knows this when you
Yeah,
need
let my keel go. Oh my god, this is
Shipping volumes down. Just wait till the
A+.
receipt. Yep, the Red Sea gets parted right there.
amazing.
So,
Oh,
thinking
good
of,
times.
of parting the Red Sea, there's actually a volcanic event around the time that happened. The volcano on what's that island near Greece?
Crete?
Crete.
Cyprus?
The island just north of Crete, I believe it is, erupted right around then, and it just demolished the entire island. Like now, where the island was is just a ring instead of an actual island. Uh, but it was so powerful that it caused a tidal wave that was large enough to basically clear the Red Sea.
You know, I've heard a similar theory to that. It involved like algae and all sorts of other stuff. And I was like, okay, cool. It doesn't affect like whether or not I read the narrative differently. I'm just like, okay, if it happened, cool. If not, whatever.
I just think it's kind of cool that like there are these things, these possibilities that something like that could actually have happened, where
Oh yeah. I
some
mean,
crazy
they were
old
talking
bearded
about
guy stood on a beach and yelled at the ocean, and just out of random circumstance at that moment, a volcano 2,000 miles away erupted and caused a tidal wave, and the sea fucking parted.
well, I mean, if you just go by the text, a wind like blew all night basically to kind of part the water. But it's again, it doesn't really affect most people whether it happened exactly that way or if like the what is it called, the red tide, where the algae blooms and it looks like blood.
Yeah.
It was saying like the god, this was years ago on like Nat Geo or something, where algae bloom happened and that made the frogs get out of the river, and then because all the frogs died, there was like a plague on the thing,
that's
and I
what
was
they
like, oh
think all
okay,
the plagues
that's
were.
and the plague of darkness was the ash cloud. I was like, oh, okay, that's cool, maybe, I don't know.
Yeah, like all of that stuff could have happened,
Mhm.
right around the same time.
Yeah.
The ash could have caused the algae bloom, and yeah. Anyway, since we're so off topic, let's continue with the video.
Yes, you can. Okay, now yours.
No worries.
Right, thank
Thank
you.
you.
And you.
A woman who refused to show proof she was exempt from wearing a face mask while shopping at Sainsbury's was escorted out by police officers. If you like content like
See, he said
hit
very.
that subscribe button down below.
Just mute it, sweetie.
Heated footage has emerged of the woman
Hurry up,
challenging Kent police officers over their request
We just
for her
lost
to
the
show
volume.
proof of exemption. It comes as supermarkets have clamped down on people not wearing face coverings by banning them altogether unless they can prove they are exempt. Due to coronavirus restrictions, covering faces in retail areas has been mandatory without a specific medical exemption since July. However, there is some ambiguity in the law on the need to provide proof of it. Footage of the incident shows the shopper repeatedly asking the two officers if they are doctors.
Dude, we just watched it. We know what happened.
Yeah,
You're an idiot.
Yeah. Okay.
That's pretty much the end of that video.
Next video.
This is almost as bad as watching somebody narrate NASCAR.
Okay, let's see. We have Is It a Hoax? The Mississippi Stories video.
Mississippi Stories. That sounds incestual.
Okay, let's play that one.
I don't personally know anybody that's had it.
Not
Oh,
everybody.
well,
Anybody that
congratulations.
knows anybody
That's
that's had it.
Woohoo!
Some other
Antidotes.
cities, maybe they had it or whatever. But I found it kind of weird that from March to current, nobody has died from anything but
When
COVID.
was this posted?
Nobody's died from cancer.
Are you
Nobody's
kidding
died
me?
from
Oh
2020.
my god.
Nobody's died from old age
nobody's died
BS.
from anything.
Yes.
Oh my
Okay,
god.
this has to be satire.
I mean, by the end of the year, like, people have had car accidents, people have been shot, people have been, like, fallen
Had
off
heart
stuff, they've
attacks,
committed suicide. Like,
strokes,
they've had heart
aneurysms,
attacks and
any
strokes.
form of
Like, what do you
death.
mean no one's died from anything? Did we achieve immortality or something?
Besides COVID, yeah, we've achieved immortality. What are you talking
Yeah,
about?
really.
I mean, that's
Jeez. But besides that one thing,
Well,
I
that takes
mean,
all of the fun out of being an adrenaline junkie.
Besides death, we've achieved immortality.
yeah, besides death, you know.
They've only died from COVID. That has to be an inaccurate statement. People still have to die from cancer. People still have to die from old age.
and they do, you
They do.
Have
moron.
to
Every day.
just pass. It just
This
happens.
is some
And
definite Mississippi logic.
linking everything to COVID
That's
Just
is
saying.
oxymoron.
unbelievable. It exists. I'm not saying that it doesn't exist.
Uh-huh.
It
Just that
is
no one's
politically
died from it.
motivated. And
Sure it is.
when you look at the actual numbers of everything, it is just not something that it's not something that we should go to these extremes for.
All right, pause it
Okay.
for a second
Yeah, I'm definitely gonna
because
take medical advice from this guy.
Yeah.
because 2 weeks ago I went to the funeral of a family member that fucking died of COVID. You piece of shit.
Yeah.
So fuck him.
Yeah. Agreed.
Yeah, big time.
100% with Quiddies.
Bell end.
Yeah. Assholes like that piss me off. They're
Just because he's fucking lucky enough that he doesn't know anyone that's died. So fucking what? Other people do know people that have died.
Yep.
Other people have fucking died.
Mhm.
Yep.
But this is that narcissistic.
Yeah. This is malignant
Freaking
narcissism.
chode.
Yeah. Total choke.
Beach 8, your sister-in-law passed away from COVID. I'm sorry to hear that.
Sorry to hear that, BJ.
My uncle passed away from COVID, and my best friend, who is like a brother, his aunt passed away from COVID.
Too many people pass away for
Yeah,
it to be a fucking hoax.
yeah.
The
Uh,
pieces of
you
shit.
know, a lot of us have lost friends, lost family members,
Yeah.
Mhm.
and yeah, I lost my uncle in January. And like I said, we had his funeral 2 weeks ago because we literally could not have his funeral until 2 weeks ago.
I just get aggravated because one of my pets actually works as an EKG technician for a hospital. She literally sees these people every day. She sees them die.
Yeah.
And these people want to say that what she sees isn't real.
Yeah. Oh, it really pissed me off when the flat earthers and, you know, other assorted COVID deniers would go into hospitals and film the emergency room thinking that because there's no one in the emergency room, that means no one has COVID.
Man,
Oh, let
that's
them
like
try
going
that
into
down here.
that's like literally going into the cancer ward and going, why aren't there any babies being born here?
Yeah.
No, I'm serious.
Yeah.
Go
You
ahead, let them
moron.
try that down here. The police will be down on them so quickly. It's not even funny. The police will protect the hospital.
hmm
Yeah.
Let's try to continue this.
I'm sorry to lose my temper a little bit there, but
No, it's
yeah,
fine.
that
It's understandable.
really pissed me off.
It's fully understandable, dude.
It really what's more important. If it's a hoax, then all you're doing is wearing a mask in public. If it's not a hoax, what you're doing is preventing people that are completely immunocompromised that can catch this disease and die, whereas some people
Yes,
that catch it who
correct.
aren't immunocompromised
Yeah.
don't, like myself. Why would you
Thank
not
you.
try and help your fellow man out instead of selfishly just not want to wear a mask? That it just doesn't make sense.
That's the answer
Simplest
right there,
question,
though.
right there.
Yeah.
Selfishness.
Conspiracy
I want to kiss that man on the cheek.
when people are sharing all of that, and I get aggravated about all of it, but without a doubt, it's real. And I love you enough to wear my mask.
Thank you, lady.
I love my
Yeah.
Thank you.
neighbor because that's what God says to do. Enough that I'm going to wear my mask if I go out. I haven't been out in almost 4 weeks.
There are so many people that don't believe that this virus is real, and I'm looking at a home instructor. I have a cousin in Texas who has had
Chat
it and
saying
beat
the
it.
video volume's a little
I've
low.
had so
Yeah, the audio on this is really low. I'm sorry about that, but I'm working with what I'm working with. Let me see.
Yeah.
I can't boost the gain any, so
Yeah, and ugly German truths, I know what you mean. And yes, I'm eager to return to normal, even though we're never going to return to normal like we knew it before March of 2020.
no.
Yeah.
I don't think that's ever going to happen. You know, I
Masks are
will
the new normal, and people really need to get used to
forever, I will keep a mask in my car. I will
Yeah.
keep
Mhm.
hand sanitizer in my car.
that.
And
Yeah.
I will use hand sanitizer when I leave a business and get in my car.
Yeah.
Even
Yeah.
if I don't wear a mask, even if, once COVID is well, COVID will still be around because people are stupid. But
Yeah.
once enough people are immune where we don't have to wear masks anymore, and I don't wear a mask when I go into a business, I will still sanitize my hands when I get back to my car. That's just
Yeah.
something that I will
Mhm.
do now.
Yep.
Yeah.
And I'll probably always wear a mask when I go in public because I'm just
I mean,
socially
part of the
awkward.
reason that we crushed flu season this year is because everyone was distancing and wearing masks and washing their hands.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
even though
Like,
we did crush the flu season, we still had a lot of people who had flu
yeah.
and flu-like symptoms and everything like that. Allergy season was horrible this year as well.
Mm.
So yeah. Go ahead and start it.
Yeah. All right.
classmates come out tested positive for it, even though they're asymptomatic. It's so scary and it's so real. And when people say that they don't think that this coronavirus is real, I just want to slap them a little bit because I'm
Good.
like,
Good.
Yeah.
I don't think any of us really knows everything about this pandemic. And if you don't believe it's true, please know that I know people who have died. I know people who have been tested positive and didn't have any kind of symptoms. And I know people who lived through it and came through. To the extent that it's as big or it's bigger than it is, I can't speak to that. I just know that I have to live my life, so I protect myself so I can get to that brighter future.
Oh, so we had no
So
autoplay.
we have an ad.
So at least we have some people who in this list that
Have some damn
aren't.
sense.
Yeah, exactly. Got some goddamn sense. Now
Yeah.
next, let's see here. How is do we want to see this one? How's Florida handling COVID 1 year later?
Oh, God damn it.
Shitty, just like last year.
Just like the 49 other states.
They're particularly bad.
We'll break it up. We'll
Yeah.
break it up with another. Yeah.
Fish, I wish I could argue against you, but I can't.
No, I'm not
I
wrong.
can't. I live here. I can tell you from personal experience, you are correct. Um,
I
Anti-mask
mean,
clearance is denied
I
service.
still I still know businesses where no one wear masks.
Yeah.
Oh,
And
like
Ugly German Truth is saying
oh
2 words,
no,
spring break. Oh yeah, they're having
we
issues with that again.
Yep.
we have a little story about that actually. We were at this. We went down to a smoke shop to get some e juice for my the vape pen.
Jews.
E juice,
Jew.
juice.
I had to. I had to. I had
Wow.
to. You walked right into that.
And as soon as we walk in, we were greeted by this guy who's pointing at his face saying no. I'm like, what? He's like, just pointing at his face, like, no. I'm like, and I'm still putting my mask on, and Rahani's beside me doing the same. Then he's like, no, don't worry about a mask. I'm like, I'm still gonna wear my mask.
Yeah, like I actually rolled down the window
Yeah.
and said, no, I feel more comfortable with the mask on.
Yeah,
It'll just be a second.
yeah, and we just walked in and like nothing happened. And everybody else in the store, from what I noticed, was wearing a mask too, except for the actual employees. But they were all behind this plastic cage, basically. So,
Yeah, that really, that's going to protect them somewhat, but I mean, it's still not going to fully protect them, especially from each other.
yeah, from each other, yeah.
Well, the moral and takeaway from the story is just the fact that they were willing to even allow people in without the mask on. They're like, oh,
Yeah.
well, people said the mask ban is finally lifted. Okay, everything is great now. Let's just go ahead and screw the masks. They're not needed anymore. That's old archaic stuff. And I'm sitting here going, that's normal now.
Yeah, it's the norm now.
Yeah.
Ask Christopher if he just wants to know to cosplay with us. No, Shinju, no. Actually, I have three masks. One has a Green Lantern pattern to it. One is a anime smiley face mask, and the other is just a white mask with a black X on it.
Mine's a picture of an astronaut, and the other one are glowing in dark stars and moons.
Yay.
I've got a mask with really sexy lips with beautiful lipstick on them,
Wow.
and
Wait,
it
that's
makes
not your
me
normal face?
fucking gorgeous.
That's not your normal face?
No,
I just look like what you
I
normally
don't
look
have to wear
like.
lipstick on my big sexy lips.
Anyway, let's get to this anti-mask Karen gets denied service at a drugstore plus bonus. I haven't seen the
All
video yet,
right.
so I don't know what the bonus is, but okay. I'm game. And I wish I could up the audio, but there's no way for me to upload up the audio.
Well, if you can't hear it, Karen is Karening pretty hard,
Ooh, I
and
actually like
people
that
that work
guy.
there are having
You're
fun of it.
entitled to your own opinion.
Oh, literally cannot. What the hell? I don't know what's up with this. Not letting me.
I think I've actually seen this one.
Or there's like 36 people with COVID in the ICU. Whenever there's a flu, there's only 2 or 3 patients at a time in the ICU. So literally the entire hospital is COVID patients. This has never happened. How many? I'm not saying there are. I'm not saying COVID.
No, like she's at pause.
Well, I'm not sick and asymptomatic spread.
Okay, what she's
Yeah,
saying is
I don't
actually not
care.
far off from the truth. The hospital that's not too far away from where I live is 6 stories tall, and out of the 6 stories, 3.5 of the floors are dedicated to COVID and only COVID.
Let's see
Yeah.
if that changes anything.
And the worst part is they're actually also the local maternity and cardiac ward. So yeah,
Yeah.
if you need a pacemaker or if you have a heart attack or anything like that, you're going to be put on a floor right below the COVID floor.
At least they're separating it by floor, and I'm sure they
Yeah.
have protocol to try to keep COVID on the COVID
They're
floors.
trying, but the problem is they're having to turn people away because of it.
Yeah.
The
But the
whole
thing
entire
about this
hospital
chick,
is full.
when she's yelling, but I don't have symptoms. I mean, I'm not saying it's not real. Then you know asymptomatic carriers are a thing. What is wrong with you?
Yeah, for real.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And just because you don't have symptoms, that doesn't mean you don't have it.
She's
Yeah.
not saying it's not real.
You know,
You know who else didn't think that they had typhoid fever? Typhoid Mary. You know how
typhoid.
many
Yeah.
people
Yeah.
she got so many people sick? Twice they had to isolate her. And the second time they were like, that's it, you're staying on this island and you're not leaving. And she's like, what is this bullshit? And they're like, you literally got people sick from serving them food.
Yeah.
She never
Exactly,
had
Good
man.
old
symptoms.
typhoid Karen.
She never had symptoms.
Yeah,
Yeah.
she was the first original Karen.
Yeah. She was the first Karen.
The thing is, I don't think she had like evil intent necessarily, but just the
No,
fact
but
that they were
she
like,
had that
listen,
arrogant pride.
we know that you have it and we know that you're spreading it. And so they quarantined her. And then the second time it happened, they were like, that's it. You're out of here. Like, these people remind me of Typhoid Mary. They're Typhoid Karens.
Yeah.
Just hate them.
But it's the whole entitled, well, I'm not sick. I know I'm not sick. But see, there is this thing called a gestation period where, you can have the virus and it's still not doing anything to your body. You haven't gotten sick yet, but you could be carrying it. You could have picked it up when you walked in the fucking drugstore, Karen. So wear your goddamn mask.
I'm try boosting the game, but I don't know if this will work. So here goes.
Been shown to be a myth, so why am I going to be treated like a sick person? Do you know that there have been fewer deaths overall in 2019 than there were in 2018? Look it up. Fewer deaths overall.
2019?
Yeah, because people are staying home instead of going out and doing stupid shit.
I'm not reaching anyone here.
Everybody's
I
unhappy.
don't care. I'm not doing that on
Okay,
my face. I'm not.
that
I'm
should
not
work.
going to. I'm a healthy person. I'm not crazy. This is like psychosis.
Yes, you are.
Yeah, you're a crazy person.
I'm not crazy. I'm just having a tantrum in public.
I'm not crazy. You're crazy.
They can't arrest me because there's no law.
They can arrest you.
Yeah. And they will arrest you.
They've asked you to leave. This is called criminal trespassing. Note the word criminal in there, Karen.
But I'm really curious to see how are they going to arrest me for a law that doesn't exist.
Easily they're gonna walk over to you and say, "Put your hands behind your back," and then they're gonna read you your Miranda
How do
rights.
we know that you're healthy?
I'm fine. Look at me.
Do you understand that people?
Asymptomatic spread is not a thing. They've already
I'm
shown it is
fine.
asymptomatic spread.
I'm fine and I'm
What?
healthy. The same exact
Okay,
thing that
pause.
something that someone like this would say right before they break their arm.
Or
She
something that
literally
Typhoid
said
Mary said.
asymptomatic spreading is not a thing. Y'all
Yeah.
better be glad I wasn't anywhere near her. I think this was here in LA County. I can't guarantee that I wouldn't have been thrown out for assault. I'm just saying.
Facty, I'm not playing it through my speaker. I'm playing it through a voice mod. Voice meter, rather. Anyway.
She is shouting her spread thank you through the door. Oh my god. I don't want to have to leave this early, but I do have to finish Passover stuff. So I'm going to have to dip out, you guys. I'm so sorry. I don't want to. I can keep the speaker on in the background. I just won't be able to, like, comment every couple of minutes.
Okay.
It's okay, Fish.
It's
Take
okay,
care of what
Fish.
you have.
I
You
would
know how
share
it
my
is.
delicious food and wine with you, but you're too far away.
Go murder your lamb and
Just-
spread your blood.
Email it to us.
Well,
at,
I haven't killed all the firstborn yet, so.
Well, Fish, if you email someone me the food, I will go ahead and email you one of my glasses of absinthe.
Nice.
I'll email
Uncle
you
German
some
Truce.
sprinkles.
Ugly German Truth is asking, is it that much work to get all the taste out of Passover food?
Oh God.
No, man. I have very tasty Passover food, thank you. I ordered a I ordered catering from a local kosher restaurant, and they made like not breaded, but matzo breaded chicken schnitzel, and I'm probably gonna make some matzo ball soup. I don't know if I'm gonna put chicken in it or not, but I bake my own matzah because I don't like razor crackers. So the razor crackers that we eat. Oh my god! If you've ever had matzah, you know. But Facty says, Vishani, you just want chicken nuggies. We know it. Actually, this is a funny story. I was going through my freezer and pantry to just kind of make sure that I hadn't missed anything like glaring. And I was going through and I found 2 bags of chicken nuggets. One of them had yeast in the breading, so I was like, okay. So I put a little sticker on it and told my roommate if she wants to eat it, she can. And then I found a bag of like popcorn chicken, and it didn't have yeast or any kind of stuff like that in it. And I was like, yes, I can have chicken nuggets in the form of popcorn chicken. It's a very exciting time for me. So,
Well, of course it is. It's
Ugly
chicken
German Truce is
nuggies.
asking, what isn't that traditionally bitter herbs and leavened bread? Yeah, the first Passover you had like the unleavened bread, they had lamb and bitter herbs, but we're not commanded to eat lamb. It just happened the first time. The only time people would have lamb like as a thing, like a requirement, is if there was like a literal physical temple. Then there would be people who would be obligated to make the trip and go. But that's not obviously that's not a thing right now. So most people they'll kind of be like, yeah, we know some people had lamb, so they might put like a lamb shank bone or something on their plate just to kind of like, represent it or something. I don't typically do that because I never remember to go to a butcher and be like, hey, you got any spare lamb bones laying around? Sometimes they do, like, yeah, here, whatever. But it kind of depends on the person.
I don't know. It depends on the
There,
city that you might go to.
yeah, and as any Jew will tell you, there's about 6 different opinions if you ask a group of Jews about anything. So my particular Seder plate looks different than a Reform person's Seder plate, and that looks different from maybe a Reconstructionist, and especially an Orthodox plate. I actually took the day after tomorrow off because I'm going to have a Seder tomorrow night. And it's a good thing I'm not Orthodox because they require you to drink 4 full glasses of wine. So you're pretty like, sheets to the wind.
Wow.
I would not be able to do that.
Yeah. So that's including like it takes a couple hours because there's a dinner involved. You're not just like shotgunning them right there, but
Okay.
woo.
You had me scared there for a second. And by the
I
way,
mean, is it
Ginshu,
really a
chicken
party if
nuggets
you're
are
not
serious
shotgunning wine,
business.
though?
I mean, yeah, I'm just saying. But yeah, it's not like terribly hard. I enjoy really savory foods, so I love to have like pepper and like herbs and spices on my food this week. My diet doesn't change overly much. The hardest thing for me is like cakes. I really love cakes. So I have to buy like the special like brownie mix and stuff. And it's really rich and it makes me sick to my stomach because it's so sugary, but it's so delicious. So delicious. Love it. And Don Giovanni, Hag Pesach Sameach, wherever you are. I don't know if you're still in the chat, but yes, happy Passover.
What did you just spit out? What did you just literally spit out?
Skydiver
You be
Tanner says, how dare
nice.
Vish go and do things and follow traditions. I want a manager. It requires she stay and not have a life outside YouTube.
I still say I still say Aramaic and is just a phlegm language. Just a phlegm-based language.
I mean,
How
actually,
do
you
you
know what?
spell Ahmed? A-C phlegm?
Phlegm.
Yeah. I mean, it's funny. Don Giovanni says Hillel sandwiches are surprisingly good. So there is a joke that kind of goes around about the 2 different main schools of Passover. God, no, it's not 40 days, it's a week. Dear Lord, we would die. If I went 40 days without cake, I would probably starve. But no, there were two main schools in antiquity for like learning, I guess, the Judaism, and one was Hillel. He was known to be like very like welcoming and kind and just loved having students and people could ask him anything. The other school was Shammai, and he was known for like, whacking people with a ruler, that type of thing. So at the Seder, you eat bitter herbs, and you're like, yeah, okay, this reminds me of slavery. Ooh. And then you have like a sweet mixture of like apples, fruit, nuts, pomegranates, honey, and wine. It's like super delicious. And then you make something called the Hillel sandwich, where you put like a little bit of the bitter herb and a little bit of the sweet fruit between two pieces of matzah, and you eat it. So it's a little weird. It does taste funky depending on what you're using for the bitter herbs. But we made a joke that we were going to make a Shemai sandwich, and it was going to be a little bit of fruit wrapped in like bitter herbs, and then stuffed with more bitter herbs.
Oh God.
So instead of something nice and fruit and sweet with only a little bit of bitterness, it was going to be like bitterness wrapped in bitterness. So don't you, Bonnie, just imagine someone taking like a leaf of like sunflower herb and wrapping all the stuff around it, and just like their face turning red because it's so bitter.
Whatever, Tanner. Just keep her talking about food.
I mean, I
That's all
do
you have to do.
talk about food a lot.
Yeah,
It's delicious.
Yeah.
So, funny story about food. I went to my doctor this week and had my annual checkup, and I gained 15 pounds in the last year. And my doctor and I were talking about it. And of course, for anyone that doesn't know, I'm disabled. It's hard for me to exercise and burn off food when I eat it. I don't eat that unhealthy. It's just I really can't burn it off. So he said, well, would you want to try an appetite suppressor? Maybe eat less. I was like, yeah, I'll give it a try. So he gave me this appetite suppressor. I inject it once a day. Well, I started it today, and I made this big pot of chili so that I can eat off of it for the next week. And once it got warm, it's actually still cooking. It's been cooking for like 10 hours now. But once it got warm, I was like, well, I'm going to go ahead and have a bowl. I'm hungry. So I fix myself a bowl. I get about halfway through the bowl, and I feel like I went into an all-you-can-eat buffet and cleaned it out after half a bowl of chili.
Nice.
And that and a banana is all I've eaten all day.
Nice.
Like the bowl of chili, I put it in the fridge at like 4:00 this afternoon and haven't touched it since. There's still half a bowl sitting there waiting for me. And I'll probably have it after this stream's over, but like I have felt full from just a half a bowl all day, all afternoon.
Sounds awesome.
I'm sorry, I'm laughing at Jewish jokes, man. Just Jewish jokes. I can't. It's too funny. And I there's only like one or two people in the side chat that would get it. I'm like, damn.
Well, I've got a Jewish joke, but it's kind of offensive.
I mean, most of them are.
Yeah.
What was Adolf Hitler's greatest fear?
I don't think you should finish that sentence if you value your life.
Yeah.
I will say that my girlfriend, who is German, is the one that told it to me.
What a shock.
Okay, Magda, if you are listening, you and I are having a talk after this.
I'm gonna dunk on that forever. I have to. It's the law. It's the law.
Anyway, can we get back to the Karen on the screen?
No. Skydiver Tanner's trying to trap me here. He says, ask this and she'll explain the prayers for us. That should keep her on. That would take way too long. That would take way too long because there's like at minimum 4 main branches of Judaism and they all have different traditions. So no, Thanks.
Can you
Maybe we'll make
explain
it.
why Jewish
We'll make that
people
a stream.
like to cut part
Hey,
of their
can
penises
we make
off?
that the next stream? Okay,
No,
so the next stream, what we're
no,
gonna do is have
no.
Vish explain all of those core
No,
things.
I'm not. I'm not. No, go find a rabbi. This is not my job. Just get on Jewish Encyclopedia and look it up. It's fine. I can't do this. We'll
Oh
be
my
here
god.
forever.
Jewishpedia, Jewishpedia. Is
Jewish
that a thing?
Encyclopedia.
Oh,
Okay,
There's
Jupedia.
Vish, go
also
take care of what you have to do. You
Chupedia.
have
my
Jupedia,
boil
like like
food for
Wikipedia.
Passover. Go, go, go.
Jupedia,
Yeah.
it's like the Wikipedia for Jews.
Facty Upthread said it sounds like Jewish get fat for a week. No, it's a low carb diet for a week. So
Okay, I think everybody's just
there's
trying to keep you around, Vish.
Yeah.
Go!
I
Go.
can tell, and they're trapping me with these questions,
Sweetie,
knowing that
go!
I can't not answer them. So
Go.
stop.
Well, as soon as you're gone, I'm gonna finish my joke.
I can rewind this stream. Do you really want that fate for yourself? Do you really?
Okay,
Maybe.
so on next week's episodes, we're going to explain how Quiddies was killed by fish.
Hey, I'm not responsible. That was the angel of death. That was not me.
I didn't smear enough lamb's blood on my door.
Skydiver says all I know about Judaism comes from one of my favorite musicals. If it was Fiddler on the Roof, it's actually pretty spot on. And that's a great movie, by the way, and musical. So if you haven't seen it, it is quite good. I'm not sure if that's the one he meant. I bet it was, but I could be wrong. I'm not sure why they would talk about Judaism in the Book of Mormon musical, but hey, whatever. Haven't seen that yet.
Go! You have
Go.
food to
Are
cook
you
for
trying
Passover.
to
Go!
get rid of me?
Yes,
trying to
because
get
you
rid
said
of
you
me?
had to go, so go!
I mean, all I've got to do is bake some unleavened bread. It takes like 20 minutes.
Oh, good, then you
If
can
I
carry on
finish,
with the video.
if I finish in enough time, then I might be able to come back, but I'm not going to say that for sure because then if I make a commitment, I don't fulfill it, I will feel bad. So
are you going to make a commitment that you can't fill?
no, I'm not going to do that.
So are you going to go and cook your food for Passover or not?
I'm going to resume my preparations. I'm not going to say like, oh, I'm going to be actually. I'm just going to resume where I was and get as far as I can. I'm not going to like stress myself out more than I've already been stressed. Okay, but I just got to get this done before tomorrow because I'm taking it to a group of people. So I want to be prepared and not have to get up at like 6 a.m. So,
Let's
getting
do
up early
it.
on the weekend is chomp.
Let's get on with it.
Yeah, get on with
that
it.
button.
Get on with it.
Get
Don't
on
tell
with
me
it.
what to do. But yeah, I will try to come back. If not, then I will see you guys later. Have a good show.
Yeah.
Whether or not
Sounds
I'm here
good.
for it. Okay,
Big
bye.
huggles.
Bye, Vish.
Bye, bitch. Okay.
So anyway, what was Adolf Hitler's greatest fear?
No, don't you dare, Quiddies. Chrissy, hit the
His-
button. Hit
His
the play
gas
button.
bill.
No, hit the play
It's
button. Hit the play button.
There's no asymptomatic spread. I don't have symptoms. I'm fine. I'm not a carrier of disease. This is what I'm saying. They're treating us like we're diseased. You just said, how is it treating you like you're diseased? But then
Wearing
you're
a
telling me how
mask
do you
is
know?
not an imposition to be careful with other people's health.
It's not just the mask.
This
It's
is
Wow,
the
she
the
has
center
psycho eyes.
of
It's
the
the
country.
lockdowns.
Yeah.
It's everything. I'm not doing it anymore. I'm not doing it anymore. I'm done. I'm done.
You're moving tomorrow, right? So you're gonna be.
I hope so. I hope someone in here hears me and feels empowered.
Poor Karen's done.
Hello. What part of that do we not get? We can't. No, that's I was positive and then negative, but I was not positive. No, that's
Oh, God.
so
So she got positive.
damn it. I'm giving you a call.
But that's not positive. I was negative.
It was positive and then negative. Don't even know what the hell you're doing. You're stupid. Oh, I'm an idiot.
Okay. So what did we learn from that video?
that
Just don't be a
Karen
Karen.
just doesn't want to wear a mask.
Yeah, and then the bonus Karen actually had COVID and denied it like live and in front of the television audience.
Yes.
They need to be
Yeah,
open.
so
Kids need their
Jinshu
friends.
says Psycho Skinny. That was what's his name that does the Flat Earth conference? You guys know who I'm talking about.
What now?
Robbie Davidson. That was
Oh,
Robbie Davidson level skinny right there.
yeah, that was uber skinny. Okay, let's go with not that one, but is COVID-19 a hoax? Is it?
No. Okay, next video.
No, yeah.
Well, that was quick.
Let's see what these
Yeah.
people say. Let's see what these people say.
Hello everyone,
สวัสดีค่ะ
this is Thai lady and foreigner from China,
from Thailand
from Laos,
from Vietnam
from Asia.
That's racist.
Wow, what a
Yeah,
wonderful view.
a little bit.
What a nice place to have a talk to you. Welcome in the new video. Today I'd like to discuss with you that more and more people in the world are telling that COVID-19 is just a hoax. Theory
I
conspiracies
can't
are
place
always
that
there
accent.
ever since the human being is on
Did he
Earth.
just call
I
them
have always
theory
strongly believed
conspiracies?
that COVID-19 is a real virus. I don't see a reason not to believe that this is a hoax. But when we are looking at my home country, the Netherlands, with a population of 17 million people, then you can ask yourself, is it really possible that 1 million people are infected?
Wait, pause.
Putting the figures together, do a little.
He's from the Netherlands?
Yeah.
Is that
Apparently.
Ardoin's brother?
No, Arduin is so much better looking than that guy.
Yeah.
Ardoin's
That is-
really, really older, uglier brother.
How are we, people? I just thought I'd drop in. Who was the
Hey,
crazy chick? Is she
Boomer.
from the people?
Boomer.
Who was the crazy chick? Is she from the People's Front of Judea or something? Or the People's Popular Front of Judea?
No, it
I
was the
heard the
Popular
Afrikaner
People's
accent.
Front. It's from the Popular People's
Oh,
Front of
okay.
Judea.
Yeah.
Right,
That's
because
it.
we've got a mission later tonight. I just noticed the Netherlands accent, and being from New Holland, I thought, well, that's Australia, but that kind of qualifies. He sounds like one of those real South African sort of guys, doesn't he? He seems to have the real Afrikaner. Anyway, guys, I might just hang around and keep some company now, you lost person. And it's safe
All
to
right.
be here. So
That's
Yeah.
cool.
roll tape, guys. Let's keep going. I've got some goss later too.
Sounds perfect to me.
Met, then it means that 1 out of the 17 people are infected with the COVID-19. I don't say I have a big group of friends or relatives back in the Netherlands, but what I can tell you is I have over the 50 people that I know, and none of them are infected. Moreover, they don't know other
Yay.
people who are.
Personal
Oh, congratulations. I'm
anecdotes.
so
Yeah.
glad
Glad
for
for
you.
you.
Questions to arise if really this virus is real an infection. Is it really a virus or is it really a hoax? We really don't know.
Yes, it is.
All that I
No,
know
it
is
isn't.
now that most
Yes, it is a
countries are
virus,
trying
and
to
no, it's
do
not a
everything
hoax.
to get the vaccination to the people. So they cannot spread the virus. They cannot get infected with the virus. The question is it wise to
No,
take this?
if you're what's the word? What's the word I'm looking for?
Stupid.
Non-symptomatic. Yes, you
Oh,
can spread it.
asymptomatic.
Asymptomatic. That's what I'm looking for. If you're asymptomatic, yes, you can spread the virus. That's the
Yeah.
whole point, is that you're an asymptomatic spreader, which, yeah.
I'm just going to go ahead and circle back to that one guy earlier in the video who said, let's just go ahead and wear a mask to protect each other.
Yeah. Yeah. Just
Yeah.
Like,
I
even if it's a
hate to keep
hoax,
pointing out
whoop-de-doo, you wore a mask.
this
If it's
whole
not a hoax, you saved people. Just wear the damn
yeah,
mask.
exactly. And I hate to keep pointing out this whole personal antidote thing, but I don't know anyone that has it is not a valid reason to say that it's not
yeah.
real.
Yeah. Also, let me just say again, if I haven't said this already, I can't remember if I said this yet or not. Furries can fuck wearing a fursuit all goddamn day long. If they can do that, then you can wear a mask for 10 goddamn minutes. Unless
Yeah.
unless you're saying furries are stronger than you.
Are you worse than a furry?
Are you
Well,
weaker
guys,
than a furry? Oh wait, that's not a good way of putting
yeah,
it.
being in Victoria that went in and out of the COVID sort of situation, we kind of thought we had it knocked on the head about September. Then it was suddenly back up to 700 cases. So it's when you accelerate and take your foot off the pedal is when you get the super thing, because everyone goes out and how's some of the comments? I just want to dance and hug and get it together. Yep, go out there, dance and hug and do all that you can because you're going to die. And that way we're going to
Yep.
thin the herd. So maybe it's here for a
Yeah.
good reason. Anyway, yeah.
Ugly German Truths nailed it. What a Dutch bag.
That is so perfect.
Wow.
Boomy, you might
Ardoin
have
has a
to use
death
that on
ray.
Ardoin sometime. If
He has a
Ardoin's ever
death ray, and he's
making
not
mad,
afraid.
just call him a Dutch
He
bag.
has a death ray. He has a death ray. He's not afraid to use
He
it.
has
Just be careful.
he has a Jewish death laser, so
Booma, I keep telling you, all you need to
Yes.
do is use the mirror.
yeah, it's a mirror.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah,
all you
there
need.
you go.
Everybody knows death rays bounce off of mirrors.
Very good.
Except for the mirror-proof death rays.
Yeah, except for those.
Yeah.
But
You
I
know what I
mean,
find, guys? It's tragic when
who the
you
hell
go
has
out
money?
in public. It's tragic when you go out in public and the public's there. Ah, such a sad event,
Yeah.
sad occurrence there.
Pisses me off every time.
But
Pisses me
if
off
the
every
public
time.
wasn't in the public, I would enjoy going out in public a lot more.
Let's continue with our South African friend.
Vaccine. I really don't know. Being here in Thailand with just a minor amount of infected people, I don't see a reason to take that vaccine. So it is a question for me, for everyone, and I believe only a few people in the world, they have the real answer. So you better can ask them the question if this virus is really a
Being here where there's not a lot of people driving on the road, I don't see a reason to wear my seatbelt. That's how fucking stupid you sound,
Yeah.
jackass.
Yeah. Exactly.
Okay, keep going.
Yeah.
virus or it's just a hoax. Also, you can ask yourself, why are so many people going on the streets like we have seen in the Netherlands? And also in my Western platforms, I have seen several comments saying that I am wrong and why these people are going on the street. It is not because of the freedom, it is just because the fight to the governments in the West who are trying to make a kind of a story about this virus. And only
Or
a few
it's
people.
because you're a massive idiot and you just need to wear a freaking mask.
Yeah. It's not. I can't even with this guy.
Yeah.
I can't even.
Yeah, I don't need, tires with any tread on them or, brakes or anything like that because there's not that many other people on the road.
Well, brake pads are a conspiracy. You don't need to stop.
Yeah.
You don't need to stop.
Yeah.
No.
The government's just trying to control us by making us use brake pads.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's what the brake pad manufacturers want you to think. You don't need brake pads. It's quite simple. Keep your foot off the brake, and there will be no problems whatsoever. The other thing with these guys, see,
That's Bunker 33 does not condone the use of brake pads.
we can neither confirm or deny a desire for brake pads. That's the best.
Yes.
That way we'll sit on the fence. That way we can cover our asses.
So
now, the funny thing too with these guys, the ones who make these videos, you can tell they're not much past thinking, maybe past the headlines of the front page of the newspaper, or they turn it over and read the back line, or they watch a meme or a header in Facebook. So they're not
It's
really up to
definitely the
thinking things
flat Earth
through.
version of research where they read the headline of the article and think they know everything the article says.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's actually
The
giving them a lot
four-letter
of credit
meme.
to say that they're even reading the headline. Most of the time, they're just reading the clickbait and don't even click on the click.
Yeah.
Well,
They just go, "Oh, I learned
what I
everything
thought
just
was
by reading that."
amazing was after Duck Suit Gate, Nathan Thompson released "See You on the Duck Side of the Moon," etc. What happened there was, how's this? Flat earthers like Stacey B and various others who will remain nameless were saying things like, "How dare you drag the name of the flat Earth through the mud?" Like, what the fuck is it actually got anywhere
How
lower to
dare
go?
us
They're actually
drag
upset
flat
with
Earth
their
through the
stand.
mud? Flat Earthers drag flat Earth through the mud plenty.
Yeah.
Yep. And if you want some great goss, guys, over in that wretched hive of villainy and scum, aka Gem Panda server, all the flatties, one of them got muted the other day, which turned into "I'll come back and spam you with chicken McNuggets." Yes, chicken McNuggets spamming. This is serious shit, guys. So after the
Hey,
spamming, he got
people need to leave
his
Chicky Nuggets
posting for photo.
alone.
No, flat earthers will cut to this. They will use chicken nuggets as a weapon. They will weaponize them. So what's happened is he then got barred from putting in pictures. So he got grumpy and then got his friends to all come over and put in pictures. They all got barred. The chicken nugget wars accelerated. It was relentless. There were chicken nuggets coming from everywhere. A lot of flat earthers fell that day. And they've all boycotted the server. And to be honest with you, it's pretty fucking boring without flat earthers in there to yell at. So all the yellers are yelling at each other, and all the flat earthers are,
But what did it
I
cost
don't
us?
know, off flat earthing
The
somewhere else.
Chicky
So
Nuggies.
tense times and well, it shall be go forth as the chicken nugget meme wars, I think. I'm making this up as I go along too, but the bit about flat Earth boycotting Gem server is actually genuine news. They appear to have flat Earth, and we do have a rather handsome and debonair agent in the flat Earth right now. It's not me, but he is quite almost as handsome as I am. And we're doing some investigations, and they're all serious about it. They want to do things. They're actually making plans. It's you can't make this shit up. But then, yeah, so that's some flurf goss.
Did any of you guys see Irish Demon stream earlier today?
No, I missed it.
Oh. He went on Omegle, he and his wife or girlfriend or whatever she is. They're not married, but she's basically his wife.
Yeah.
They went on Omegle and they ended up putting flat Earth as their interest. And there was only one other person on the entire site that had flat Earth as their interest. And it was a flat earther.
Oh.
So they started talking to him. And my new thing is, as soon as a flat earther starts talking, I try to figure out who their Papa Flurf is.
Yeah.
And this guy starts talking, and I was like, his Papa Flurf's Dubay. I know it. And I typed it in chat. I said something like, my new thing is trying to figure out who their Papa Flurf is. And I'm pretty sure this one's Papa Flurf is Dubay. And a little while later, Irish Demon asks him, Irish Demon's kind of pretending to be Flurf curious. And he asks him, well, do you know of any good YouTube channels about Flat Earth that I can look at? And the guy's like, yeah, Eric Dubay. I was like, ha! I fucking nailed it. I was proud of myself.
About how
That's a good idea for a show, dude.
Donnie Lee is a Nathan clone, basically. Well, Nathan Thompson.
Oh yeah, Jonathan.
Yeah, Donathan.
Yeah, but Donnie just doesn't quite have it all together.
Yeah, he's kind of crazy. He is a bit
Nathan.
Weird.
Even though Nathan's wrong about everything, at least he knows his script well enough to talk about it. Whereas Donnie doesn't really know his script.
Yeah, he doesn't.
So it just seems really, really dumb.
Yeah,
which he is. They both are.
Well, he still believes in the dangers of the dihydrogen monoxide.
Yeah, dihydrogen monoxide.
Hey guys, I've got to jump in here. Ugly German Truth has pointed this out, and everyone at Bunker. We apologise deeply for those throwing up, but Squiddies, you nailed Dubé. Yeah, thanks to Ugly German Truth. Poor choice of words there, brother.
Nice.
Yeah,
I didn't
we're
even
all.
see that.
I
Yeah,
never
I
needed
tell you
the
what, mate.
mental
Though I
image
like this
being
idea of
Uncle
who's.
German Truth.
I love this idea of who's your flurf daddy. You put up a quote and you've got to pick the flurf daddy. It's sort of
Oh,
like flat Earth archaeology. I
that sounds
fucking
like a
love that idea, man. We're going to
that
run
sounds
with
Yeah,
like
that.
a game.
that's an MC Toon thing. He started calling them Papa Flurfs. And you know,
Quitties
you can always
and
tell
Flurlin.
if their arguments are uh, gas pressure without a container and the black swan and stuff like that. You know, their Papa Flurf is Nathan Oakley.
Yeah.
And you know, this guy was going on about Antarctica and all, basically just regurgitating the 200 proofs. I was like, yeah, this guy's Papa Flurf. That's debate. Like that one's way too easy.
Yeah, I was thinking.
Yeah, yeah.
I just had that thought. We could have like a game show, like kind of like Stupidity Isn't Alright. Only we take actual,
Yeah,
quotes from flat earthers and ask who said it. Like, whose line is it? Kind of
yeah.
deal.
A
Or
segment for
just
Sounds
sure.
take
fun.
like
A segment for
the
sure, my friend.
lesser known flat earthers,
Yeah,
uh, and try to figure out who their Papa Flurf is.
that too. Yeah.
Like, watch a video of theirs and then try to extrapolate from that video who their Papa Flurf is.
Oh, that sounds like an even
Yep.
better idea.
Hey guys, we'll make it. We've got a game show coming up. We'll make it a segment. But there's something I was thinking is I always like to be secretive about it. But as an old boss said many years ago in a pub, the best kept secrets make no money. So I think we might run that one. We'll float that idea of Papa Smurf in with our other game show idea and get a thing happening there. So well done, Quiddies. We've stolen something from MC Tune and we've managed to change just enough to make it ours. Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
I don't think
I'm
he'll
sorry,
mind.
Toon. I love you.
Anyway, let's get back to the.
He's a nice enough guy. He's basically Canadian. He's so nice.
Yeah, well, he lives in
Yeah.
Canada Junior. I mean,
Yeah.
he lives in Canada Junior.
No, it's Canada Junior.
Canada Junior, yeah. Anyway, back to the
So are we
video.
done with this douchebag?
Not quite. There's still a minute left.
Oh god. Okay.
People are
Okay.
getting wiser of this, and most of the people are inside and being infected not only by a virus, but for example, all the things they have lost. They lost their house, they lost their car, they lost their job, and they lost their money. So the question is, sooner or later, we will find it out. But by now, we keep the question, is this virus, COVID-19, a virus or is it a hoax? For me, it's a question. Put your comments down in the description box and let me know what you think about it. I will see you in the next video. Thank you for watching. Bye bye.
Yeah,
No,
bye
I'm
bye.
not going to give them anything like that.
Yeah, bye bye. Next one,
Yeah, I'm not going
Z.
to be commenting on that
I tell
because
you what,
my
it
mom
makes you
always
wonder what
said,
he's.
if you can't say something nice, don't say anything at all.
Let's check in with
I tell you what,
Florida, man. Let's check in with Florida, man. See how he's doing now.
I feel targeted.
just before you do, hats off to that girl for being his wife because she is performing way above and beyond the call of duty. So we thank you very much for keeping him off the streets.
Yes,
Hopefully
thank you
she's
very much.
poisoning him for the insurance money.
So to be fair, he probably would doubt the poison exists and try to will it away.
Well, I always wondered if poison's out of its use-by date, is it more poison or less poison? No, that's one of those great things to wonder about in life, isn't it? Let's go. Roll tape before I get onto a tangent.
To announce the coronavirus had officially invaded the Sunshine State. The I-Team's Katie Legrone was there that day. Tonight, she takes a look back at those moments and 1 year later, where we go from here.
It was the state's first public briefing that would provoke a year of angst, confusion, fear, lockdowns, and grief. There are 2 presumptive positive cases of coronavirus disease in the state of Florida.
1 year ago, in a state lab conference room, Florida's governor and top doctor announced coronavirus was here, a public health emergency declared. But at the time,
the risk to the general population is currently low. You can go about your normal business.
who knew a year later 2 positives would become 1.9 million, with the virus taking the lives of 30,000 people statewide.
Is it as bad as you thought it was going to be?
Wait, pause.
That's an interesting.
From 2 positives to 1.9 million, or in Trump speak, 2 soon to be 0.
Hey guys,
Sorry,
guys, I've got it. Yeah, I know you did perfect. Look at the screen. When you said pause, someone's put up a fucking remote control.
Yeah.
Have you got control of the TV? Oh my God, beautiful.
Make Paul's game a spot on tonight.
Yep.
Oh, whatever religion, I'm going to worship you, Quiddies. Whatever it is, start a religion, man. That's it.
Question. Dr. Thomas Unash is a global health disease expert at the University of South Florida.
Yes, indeed. I saw this happening probably, I would say when we first started to hear about the cases in early to mid-January.
But few of us saw what came next. Long-term care lockdowns, businesses shut down, and a statewide stay-at-home order. Florida wouldn't stay closed for long. Schools reopened in the fall. By late September, the governor lifted most restrictions.
It's not as bad as California in terms of the positivity rate. It's not as high in the death rate as New York.
USF public policy expert Dr. Jay Wolfson says given the state's aggressive reopening plan and its destination status, compared to other states, a year later, Florida is doing okay.
Part of that has been we sequestered the long-term care facilities. We began the last 2 months to vaccinate those individuals. I think we've been lucky.
But with 3 variants already identified in the state, 2 of them potentially deadlier and resistant to current vaccines, both of these medical academics warn after a year, the pandemic isn't over.
I think the next 2 months are really going to be critical. My big concern is that people are going to start to see the numbers are declining and they're going to start to say, oh, we're done with this.
With continued mask wearing, social distancing, and more people getting vaccinated, both experts say they see an end in sight come this summer or fall. I'm my team investigator Katie LaGrone, taking action for you.
For just $67.
Remember when they were saying that it would be like this summer or maybe early fall last year?
Yeah. Yeah.
Did any of you guys pick up on the way she said both experts? So we've asked 2 experts, and that other guy saying our figures aren't as bad as New York and our other figures aren't as bad as California. This is a standard slippery trick these pollies use where they find the worst case number and say we're not as bad as them. Near down the bottom, they're like, so close it doesn't matter. We've seen the figure fudging, and it's actually been really scary in the last year what a lot of politicians do to change the narrative. They totally invert it, like use the figures to bullshit it. It's almost should be criminal negligence the way they do it. It'd be false advertising if it was in corporate world.
Yeah.
But I will say that out of everywhere, I don't know what kind of magic they're using, but North Korea has totally killed it with this virus. Like, they still have 0 cases of coronavirus. It's amazing. Whatever they're doing, they need to share it with the rest of the world.
It's the border closures. I think it's the border closures.
Also,
and they're keeping everyone into curfew.
No, it's their fantastic grocery stores.
Yeah. And the little fat kids on the sidewalks.
Eating ice cream.
Maybe it's the spices.
Yeah.
It's the spices. We'll have to find out their spice mix and use it in our cooking.
Or it might be, Kim Jong-un doesn't go to the bathroom. He doesn't have a butthole. So,
well, as I can get a shameless plug in tonight, we're doing the spiders on some fucking island. I've forgotten the name of what we're doing tonight anyway. It's the horror of Spider Island, which clearly puts across the message of don't store spiders with your nuclear material. Now, is it possible that in Korea, North Korea, they're storing their nuclear material with their population, and that's keeping COVID down,
But
both by killing
Spider-Man always
COVID and by
taught me
killing the
to.
people?
But Spider-Man always taught me to keep spiders near the nuclear material.
Oh, dude, this is not Spider-Man. This is a really bad Spider-Man. It's more Man-Spider. In fact, he doesn't look a hell of a lot like a spider. He's got claws. But anyway, I won't spoil too much of the plot on Bunker 33 in about 6 hours' time.
Yep.
You know what?
I'll be straight.
So there's a production company that I really, really wish they would just put their movies in the public domain. It's the production company that makes ripoffs of blockbuster movies. Like when Pacific Rim came out, they made this movie Atlantic Rim.
Oh,
And
yes, I remember that.
they tried to schedule it to come out at the same time and basically, go off the success, and people like accidentally buy their movie instead of the one they wanted and stuff like that. And they have another one that was supposed to be released with the new Top Gun movie, but Top Gun got pushed back a year because of COVID. It's called Top Gunner, and I've seen some scenes from it, and this movie is amazing. It is so terrible. I would love to just rag on it, just spend a stream ragging on it, but it's not
There
public
was
domain,
one.
and they would flip
There
out.
was.
Just go full MST3K
There was one called
on it.
Shots.
Yeah.
There was one called Hot Shots, which I thought was a Top Gun spoof. And what's the famous one? Clearance.
Hot
That
Shots. Yeah, Hot Shots was definitely, that
It was
was
a parody.
an actual Hollywood movie. It was a parody, but this is just like this is just a really, really quick, shoddy, no budget whatsoever movie made to just ride the coattails of a big movie.
This could
Bollywood.
barely be even called a C-class movie.
Bollywood does that a
Yeah.
lot. They'll take a Hollywood, like say Star Wars, and then turn it into an Indian movie with barely the same plot and just a few things changed.
Yeah, pretty much. Bollywood's really bad about that. I mean, this is coming from someone who has worked on a Bollywood film before. That was basically the movie Days of Thunder, the Tom Cruise NASCAR movie, but with singing and dancing.
Yeah, Bollywood does that too. They'll throw in singing and dancing in the entire thing.
Literally, the movie I worked on was Days of Thunder, but with singing and dancing. It was hilarious.
Well, guys,
Once you think that they're
one
done
of the best
singing and dancing, that's when they just are starting to sing and dance.
Yeah.
Yeah.
One of the best things about those movies, apparently, in the movie cinemas, my ex was actually over in India during the plague, so she got an extended stay. They're well ahead of their time. You're not allowed to dance in the cinemas. And if you jump up and dance, the bouncers fly over and drag you out. And you're ejected like a drunk patron at a nightclub. And on the note of movies, Kung Fury is probably the best half an hour you'll ever spend on your life.
Oh my
So
god.
Kung Fury,
I miss Kung Fury.
we actually covered that. And it happens to be on Bunker 33's past streams. If you want to go back, watch it there or just watch it in its all natural state. But Kung Fury has got to be one of the
That
best.
used to be on Netflix. When it first came out, it was on Netflix. And I watched it probably a dozen times while it was on there.
Me
It
too.
is so, and it's only like 30 minutes long.
Yeah.
But it's so great. They're supposed to be making another one too.
Yeah.
Yep.
But I wonder how David
The
Hasselhoff
reception was
though.
so good on the first one that they pretty much decided, hey, we should probably do another one.
But will David Hasselhoff
They've actually
be
got
back?
money. Yeah, they've got money for it this time too, which will make it good. Just another thing on that note, guys. As you're all aware, but I'll sort of bring it up for the audience. When you do the Creative Commons and public domain check, you take reasonable steps to get it sort of, make sure you're not stepping on anyone's toes and keeping your nose clean. And yet what we found with a movie called Starman, which is a sort of a Japanese Superman, is an Italian company had registered it after the event. So it became their property, and it got our stream taken down halfway through the movie or 20 minutes in. So what happens, these people are now registering it with no rights. They're just saying it's theirs. They've got no creative common input into it. They're just claiming it as their own. And what that does, we as presenters, we get guilty till proven innocent. You've got to take it down now, not let's leave it up and sort it out later. And we're not even fucking monetized yet. So Dick Dawson and EIE and myself are getting a little bit of a shit fight together, because what we're finding is that they're doing rather nasty stuff after the event. So YouTube kind of needs to, our Lord and Master YouTube's getting to be a little bit cocky right now. So we're going to be covering this over the next few weeks, guys. So that's a little bit of a scoop too for our audience. So all 17 people there, keep that to yourselves, okay? Mum's the word, guys. But yeah, big shit coming, fellas. So we'll all be involved in that, I think.
Sweet. All right.
Let's roll.
Well, enough
let's
of
laugh.
a tangent there. We ready to laugh at another Karen?
Yeah.
Let's laugh.
Karen's in the wild.
You can always tell who the Karen is because her voice is louder than everyone else's, even the person who's holding the camera.
That's the dude that was next to Horn Guy at the Capitol building.
No. Stand up. Stand up. No mask, no service. No, get your ass out.
There's no reason why I shouldn't be able to shop without a mask on.
You haven't heard about the virus?
Your mask been on for almost a year now. If they work so well, why are people still getting sick?
I wonder, stupid.
Because of people like you.
Yeah, I can.
Yeah,
They don't wear
no
their
wonder.
masks. They don't wear their mask.
Oh, really? Is that what it is? Because one person won't wear a mask.
Goodbye.
That's why the virus is still going on after a year.
You're a dumbass.
Yeah.
Oh,
She got arrested. Sweet.
That is beautiful. That is absolutely beautiful.
Yep.
Na 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 na.
Hey, hey, hey.
Bye bye, Karen.
Bye, Karen.
Oh,
sweet.
Oh,
beautiful.
That was beautiful.
Oh,
that was
he
beautiful.
waddled
so
away.
sad now.
He was
That's
so
gonna hurt in the
bad.
morning.
He waddled away.
He just walked away.
No, that
He
wasn't
didn't
a
walk,
walk.
he
That was a
waddled
waddle.
Yeah.
away.
That was I like that. That was awesome.
Well, I now know what I'm going to do to anti-maskers.
Just dump a bucket of water on their head.
I just
and
need to
walk away.
carry a big Tupperware tub of water in my car from now on, just in
I
case.
did see.
You know,
I saw
I
a
was
great
with the Boy
sign
Scouts,
outside
and the motto of the Boy Scouts is "Be prepared."
Yep.
There's a great sign out of shop. It says, if you refuse to wear a mask, we will have to take your temperature. We only have rectal thermometers. Choose wisely.
Yeah.
Let's go this
We
rapid
only have
fire.
rectal thermometers, and we don't clean them between uses.
Oh God. Oh.
Choose wisely, Karen.
And when you whip it out and you see the size of it, you will definitely need to make a correct choice. Anyway, I'll keep it cleaner. It is lunchtime here in Oz.
I'd have to. No, there are some oral ones, but we keep on getting them mixed up. So,
like Idiocracy.
Yeah.
You just see him run for the water fountain.
like to receive those.
You're holding up my process. I have to get out of here.
You're holding up my process.
Man, we cannot help you. We cannot help you. I'm not shutting down my phone.
Man, we cannot help you until you put that. God, every single one of them had that same smug smirk on their face.
And so therefore, you are not allowed to do that.
I am actually.
Wait, pause.
It isn't?
She just said that that's a private residence.
Yeah.
Who the fuck lives at a UPS store?
I do. I've been known to live there.
I mean, I guess some people get their mail there, but more than one person, more than one family. So it's not really a private residence.
What was
Anyway.
it other Karen said? It's not a store if they don't sell drugs.
Yeah, so that's one of my that's one of the new Karen quotes is whenever someone at a shop isn't letting them in, they tell them this is private property.
Yeah.
Because it is, it's property that's owned by the store. And for some reason, Karens think that it can only be private property if they sell illegal drugs. Otherwise, it's public property. I don't understand why, but that's Karen logic.
Only if they sell illegal drugs.
Yeah. Like they have to sell marijuana for it to be private property.
I still don't get it.
If anyone knows where that came from, like what Uber Karen came up with that, I don't want to call it logic, but whatever that is, let us know.
Yeah. Really, let us know.
Because I would love to find out where it came from.
Yeah.
There's got to be something that they misunderstood really badly.
Yeah.
Like, how they misunderstood what HIPAA is and who it pertains to, and the what was it, the Freedom to Breathe agency or whatever that was going around telling people that they'll be fined $75,000 if they don't let them shop without a mask.
Yeah.
What are the rules surrounding a crack house, I wonder? That's an interesting, what the legal implications are of an illegal establishment.
Private residences.
Karen.
Just like
We
UPS
love
stores.
Just like UPS stores. I find that these Karens have the same intelligence level as a sob Sid. Like they have the same arguments.
Yeah. And the TT guy got it right. Yeah. Who is their Papa Karen?
Yeah, exactly. Who is their Papa Karen? Or Mama Karen. Who is their Mama Karen in this instance? Who is this?
All right, let's see what happens to Karen.
Oh, apparently because I had 3 packages delivered here.
Where's your mask?
We will help you in just a minute. If you
My mask? I'm not a conformer. Why are you wearing one?
Because I feel like
actually she's conforming to non-conforming.
Back on December 20th, 2019.
Can you go so we can finish? Can you go
so pause.
I can't.
No,
so
she's literally conforming to non-conforming.
Yeah.
So she just said that she had COVID in the summer of 2019.
Yeah.
When COVID didn't even start until what, November, December of 2019?
Yeah.
That's that's when patient 0 happened?
Yeah. So she had COVID before COVID was
go out on a limb and call Karen a liar.
Good call.
What?
Oh my God, I am so shocked with you. How dare you call Karen a liar?
Yeah, let's get on with this liar. No, what's that, Boomer?
Oh, I was going to say, if Karens are lying, where will it stop? Perhaps we're all being lied to. Oh no, we may have to revise everything. We could have been lied to our entire lives.
I swear to God, next thing you know, you're gonna tell me the world is round and the sky is blue.
And Mars
Oh, dear.
exists.
Yeah, like come on.
I
And
just
birds
don't.
are real.
And
We just
hamburgers
don't know
don't
anymore.
eat people.
We all know rockets are just giant balloons.
Yeah.
There's
We just don't know anymore.
Like you're telling me that isn't a balloon. You're telling me that's not a balloon.
You're telling me that hot snow doesn't fall up?
You're telling me that's not a balloon? Are you for real? That's a balloon. You can see I mean, the flat.
Looks flat to me.
Exactly. It looks flat to me, therefore it's a balloon.
I've always managed to make things quieter by turning the lights off.
Yeah.
Like basic simple
Thank you,
things.
JM. You know, one of these days I'm going to get around to making my top 10 dumbest things JM has ever said video.
How can you limit yourself to 10 things?
Yeah,
Seriously,
well that's
I can't
the
get
main
underneath
reason I have
50.
not made the top 10 dumbest things JM has said. I can't find just 10.
Seriously, I can't get under 50.
You have a lot of video data to pour through.
Oh God.
Yeah.
I still think one of the dumbest things he ever said though was that uh that debate on modern day debates. He was debating Western medicine versus woo peddler medicine, and he said that peer review is just a panel of people that reads your scientific paper to make sure it conforms to what they think.
What? Oh, God.
I taste copper.
Right.
And the crazy thing is, I have heard other flurfs say that as well. They think that peer review is just a panel of people that make sure that what you do conforms with the scientific consensus.
Flat earthers are stupid. They're fucking stupid.
They really are.
Well, anyway, let's get back with this stupid.
Because who's the manager? No one's going to help you until you step back outside.
I want to speak to the manager.
I like how she said, "Who's the manager?" and then she had to, "Who is the manager?" As though drawing it out longer is going to make them want to bring the manager there.
Sweetheart, I'm
And
just grateful that she didn't start clapping her hands in between each word going, bring out the manager.
Oh, God.
Yep.
Yeah.
And every Karen ever has that annoying Midwestern manager.
Manager. Bring out
That's
the
the classic.
manager.
That's not a mating call?
That's the classic 11-year-old tantrum there. The old clap the hands, stamp the feet. That's why you have to do it, because you can't stamp your feet quicker than that.
Anyway.
Who's the manager? No one's going to help you until you step back outside. Who is the manager? Who is? You are. Yes. Why didn't you say that? So step back outside. Why didn't you say that? Where are my packages? Because you are not. Where are my packages? Who were delivered here for several days ago? I will come out and help you if you just step back outside so we can. No, step outside. You will not be helped until you step outside. Thank you.
You will be arrested.
No one's helping you until you step outside. If you want to break our social distancing rules,
she's going to look really good in a
At
pair of
that
steel
point,
bracelets.
ask her to leave. Then call the police.
Yeah. That's all they have to do. Just tell her to leave,
Yep.
or we're calling police.
They're
Good
being
old
incredibly
criminal
nice by, like, giving
trespass.
her a lot of chances.
Send her packages back to Cinder.
When I, you know what's funny about this, the way they carry on? When I worked in a bar, she actually reminds me a lot of this girl who pretty much did look under 18. And it's sometimes pretty hard because a lot of women look quite young and they're actually 25. And I've carded people who were 25 and they're quite complimented by it. But anyway, she came in. I just held up the gesture for card. I don't carry ID. That's okay. Well, you can't have a drink. You can't refuse me service. You've refused me your ID, but you can't refuse me service. I just did. But you can't do that. But I just did. There's the door. Now use it, or we can call the cops and let them sort it out. And they walked out. So as soon as you let them know you're not going to take their shit, oh, then I said, by the way, if you ever come back, I'll give you a free beer. She never took me up on that offer. I wonder why.
Anyway, let's return.
Anyway.
We're not wearing masks. You are the fourth person to walk in. Conformers, I'm sorry, you established that. Regardless of that, man, we still need you to step back outside. I have packages here that were delivered to me, so this is my right, this is my private property. This is my right.
I ain't not saying so.
Somebody from criminally trespassing. Let me explain. But my business and my packages are sent to here. So, yes, and they have the right to decide whether they're going to do business with you or not. So if my aunt sends something from Kentucky or from Kansas or Missouri here, and this is allegedly my address, and I come to pick it up because I have a apartment number or something as 123, and it doesn't exist or it doesn't get delivered to my house.
Then follow the fucking rules of the business.
Yeah.
Or just have it sent to your house instead of your P.O. box.
Yeah.
Hi.
Like she's saying, what if my aunt sends it to my P.O. box? I'm like, then have your aunt send it to your house.
Yeah. I mean, it's pretty fucking simple, Karen. The world doesn't revolve around you.
Okay, these two are the same video, goddamn. Okay, here are 7 COVID-19 facts you need to know. Break away from the stupidity.
Ow. I just smacked myself in the head by accident.
And we're the smart ones.
It wasn't a face
please
palm.
don't forget to put on your face palm
I went
protector.
to look at my phone and it slipped out of my hand and I just slammed my phone into my forehead.
Ow.
Fortunately, it was only your head. You could have hurt yourself, seriously hurt yourself if it was somewhere other than your head. Lucky
I
there, you
know.
dodged a bullet there.
My head, luckily, is extremely hard.
We know we've got the test to prove it.
Yeah.
Are we not doing phrasing anymore?
Apparently
Seriously? Did no one tell me?
Vaccines are now available to many people, but you may have questions about them. So here are 7 facts you need to know about the COVID-19 vaccines. Fact number 1, COVID-19 vaccines don't give you COVID-19. The vaccines don't contain the actual virus and can't give you the disease.
How many times do we have to tell this to people? I mean,
I mean, there are anti-vaxxers out there, and you have to treat them like a 4-year-old because they have the mentality of a 4-year-old.
No, you are not going to insult my 4-year-old like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's very inconsiderate to the 4-year-olds out there. Agreed.
Yeah,
Sprinkles, go to the corner. Go to the corner and sit and think about what yourself done. You're getting a timeout. Go and go and sit in the corner. 15 minutes timeout for you. Go on, think about what you said. Oh God, how do we deal with this kid? Honestly, Raisin, it's your fault. It's your fault. I try to keep the boy on the straight and narrow, and all you do is just mollycoddle him all the time.
I'm sorry,
Sprinkles,
fine. I will make sure to get the whips and paddles out.
Just yes. Well, it didn't hurt me. My father used to flog us. In fact, we used to live in a plastic bag in the middle of the road, but I won't get into the 4 Yorkshiremen. I'll just shut up and let it keep going. Sorry.
It is normal to have some side effects after getting the vaccine, like a sore arm or fever.
Yep.
Fact number 2, COVID-19 vaccines are safe, even though they were developed quickly. Scientists have been working on this technology for more than a decade, and no steps were skipped developing the vaccine. Fact number 3, COVID-19 vaccines may protect you against more than one strain of the virus. Viruses change over time, but data shows these vaccines are effective against COVID-19 strains we've seen so far. Fact number 4, COVID-19 vaccines don't change your DNA in any way. They trigger an immune response that creates antibodies to protect you from getting infected with COVID-19.
Hold on.
Pause.
Okay, so do
That's
people
something
really
that a
think that
lot of
this
people
stuff will
claim.
change their DNA?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, they think
Okay,
that because there's viral DNA in it, that that will somehow give you viral DNA.
but that's not how it works, because if that is exactly how it works, there will be Nico girls all over Elon Musk's house right now.
Yeah. This Nico Girl City.
Yeah, but you know, facts don't really matter when you're an anti-vaxxer.
Yeah, facts don't care about your feelings.
So my best friend, he his ex-wife told him a little while back that she does not want their son to get the vaccine because it can make you sterile.
This is the same exact
And
kind of information that we were told when we were younger, where Mountain Dew would make you sterile, or
yeah,
smoking
or
weed would make you sterile, or
masturbating would
something.
make your hands grow hair
Hair
and
on it, or
you would go
something.
blind. But my friend had the perfect response for it.
Okay, go ahead.
He said, "Well, I didn't want him to get it anyway because, you know, they're putting microchips in it and I don't want him to become a robot."
Oh, God. Well, see, I want a microchip put in me. I want a
and
microchip,
then
goddammit.
and then my friend told me, he
My
was like,
micro,
"Yeah, so his mom isn't going to find out, but yeah, he's getting the vaccine."
Nice.
when I got mine, guys, my microchips, I actually have got good targeting. I can do math. And when I cruise around, I got the scrolling like Arnie Schwarzenegger in Terminator. You see all the sizes and facts and the X-ray vision. Man, it makes the shopping mall so much more fun when you can see what everyone's wearing underneath their clothes.
Ooh.
Vaccines and
Whoa.
microchips are a good thing. Welcome to the 22nd century. Get
See,
your
I just had
vaccine
the
soon.
autopilot put in, so whenever I go driving, it just clicks on, and I don't even have to think. I just.
I
Oh, was
mean,
that you?
unless the vaccine gives me big metal claws and an adamantium skeleton, do I really want it?
No,
I mean, if
don't,
it's
just
not
don't,
going to turn me into Wolverine, why the fuck do I care?
just don't trust
Look,
NASA's
guys,
teleportation microchip. Do not. There have been many times I've been in the bathroom and they decided to beam me up. Like, what the fuck, dude? It's really annoying.
guys, if Deadpool has taught us something, and it has, the way we react to our 5G virus is up to our own individual DNA. And it can be a whole plethora of things. So get your vaccination and see what superpower you get now. It's awesome. The world will be a better place.
Yeah. You could get the nasty wrinkled Deadpool skin, but also abilities to regrow your lower half of your body when someone rips you in half, and you know, walk around with no pants on so everyone can see your baby legs and dick.
Yeah.
And sometimes they grow back a little bit bigger, if you know what I mean. Hello, lady.
So, you know, if at first you don't get the size you want, just keep ripping it off and letting it grow back until you're happy with it.
Well,
Yeah, that's my Christmas. we're up to Mark 7 model Charisma. He keeps putting himself back in the tank, and he keeps tweaking the. Well, we won't say which bit he keeps tweaking just for his own personal privacy.
You said that you would not give any of those details away.
Oh, okay.
That was
No, I
between
didn't.
you
What
and I.
details? Sorry. Oh, okay. Sorry, I didn't say anything then.
Wait,
It was
what?
between you and I, literally. Oh my
Don't
God,
worry
let's
about it,
get out of
sweetie.
here.
What
Shit, I'm
what
getting
what
scared
what
now.
tech
Don't
are
worry
you
about it. Don't
talking
worry about it.
about? Am I at home?
No,
Am
just
I
hit
at
play.
home?
Just hit play, Bobby.
Am I at home? Is, is anything real?
Well, someone's doing.
Is anyone?
There's definitely something that's real.
Let's get back to our enhancements some other time and get back to the clip, before we get ourselves into more trouble.
Am I real? I don't know anymore.
No.
COVID-19 vaccines have not been linked to infertility or miscarriage.
Oh,
There's
hey,
zero
maybe
evidence that
my
either the
buddy's
disease
ex
or
should
the
watch
vaccine
this.
have caused infertility in women. Fact number 6. COVID-19 vaccines don't contain microchips or tracking devices. This is misinformation and not true. You can find the exact list of ingredients in each vaccine online. Fact number 7. If you have a chronic disease or condition, you should get vaccinated as soon as it is your turn. You are at higher risk of severe illness from COVID-19. The COVID-19 vaccines are safe and effective. And when you have the opportunity, you should get vaccinated to protect yourself and to help end this pandemic.
That just sounds like propaganda to me. That's
Yeah, that's
propaganda.
all it is.
That's just propaganda.
So, I'm going in like 3 weeks, I think. I'm going to the beach. My sister rented a big house and she invited me and my dad down. And she told me the other day, she was like, I want you to at least have your first shot before you come down to the beach. I was like, what does that matter? She's like, well, I don't want you getting anyone sick. I was like, you and your boyfriend have both had the shot, and dad's had both of his shots. So how am I going to get you guys sick if I don't have the vaccine? Like, I don't understand her logic behind it. I don't think she understands what vaccines do.
That's a very
And
ostrich type of logic where they shove their head in the ground and hide it from everything.
Yeah.
yeah,
Well,
like
guys,
she's smart enough to get the vaccine, but then she's like, well, you could get us sick if you don't have the vaccine, but you do have the vaccine. Like,
well, if I may,
if anything, I should be the one that's worried, because even if you have the vaccine, you can still carry the virus. It's just you don't get sick from it, and your body will fight it off fairly quickly. But you could still pick up the virus and give it to me. So I should be the one that's worried, not you.
if I may, many years ago, and I don't know if this is old information. I'm sure someone in the chat will fill me in. But when someone got pregnant, they would pretty much ask everyone in their social circles if their kids were vaccinated for measles and chickenpox. I can't remember which one, because apparently contact with someone who's pregnant can have an effect on the child. I think it's called rubella when it affects an unborn child. Does anyone know that? Would you know of that one, Raisin, or not?
I actually don't remember it at the moment, but I do know that what you're saying is true. It is either the measles or chickenpox.
Yep. And if you're not vaccinated, there's a chance you can actually stuff up someone's pregnancy. And obviously, that person will then shun you socially until the baby's born, at least. And the best thing is just get vaccinated, I
think it is
suppose. Anyway, yeah, thank you.
Well, it's been about 2 hours. I think we should go ahead and get things wrapped up. What do y'all think?
Good idea. Good idea.
Yeah, it's about that time. We did have one more video, but it's just a bunch of text and nothing else, and
yeah,
it's basically just people owning Covidiots online. But anyway, well, it's been fun, and I'm pretty sure that the virus is real, and
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
you shouldn't be a complete narcissistic, self-centered dipshit, and
Yeah,
you should wear a mask and wash your damn hands. A lot of people forget about that.
wash your
Uh,
goddamn hands, please.
use hand sanitizer when you can't wash your hands. And then as soon as you can wash your hands, you should wash your fucking hands. This, we're all adults here, and this is something that you should have learned 20, 30, 40, however old you are. This is something you should have learned when you were about 3 years old, is to wash your fucking hands.
Yeah, I can attest to that. I'm actually OCD. Well, I used to be really bad with my hands, where I would get the slightest amount of dirt on my hands. I had to run to the bathroom and wash my hands off. I worked myself out of that, but now I'm like, good. Now I can just wash my hands every damn time.
Yeah, one
If I
thing that
can,
has
if I can,
always bothered me is people who will not wash their hands after going to the bathroom.
Oh
Like
God.
they'll say, "Well, I didn't touch myself," like a guy where you can unzip and flop it out and pee and flop it back in and zip back up without actually touching it. But then you reach up and flush the toilet,
Yeah.
and you're touching something that has fecal chloroform on it.
Well, yeah,
Because, that bacteria spreads everywhere in a bathroom, regardless of how well clean
Yeah.
that bathroom is. It's still going to be there.
Yeah.
and let's face the facts, the janitor who's only getting paid minimum wage is not going to be cleaning it as well as you really want it to be.
Yeah.
Yeah. And if it's your home bathroom, chances are it's been a week since you've cleaned it.
Yeah.
And you've probably taken at least 5 or 6 shits in there. And if you live with
well,
a lot of
that's
people, other people have taken shits in there. And so every time you touch something, you're touching everyone's shit.
Yeah.
And
well, that's the
then you
Don't
don't
get
wash your
contact.
fucking
Wash the
hands.
hands.
Don't get those things close to me.
that's a bit of a corona bonus because now we've got sanitizer in our car. We're actually stopping those people who don't wash their hands when they have a crap or whatever and do spread that. So even though that used to be a problem, like I believe hepatitis wasn't a problem until they pooled blood after the war, then it got really out there. This is the first strain. So the fact is now that we've all got hand sanitizer in our car, we've actually got one step closer to being cleaner than we were, say, 2 years ago. So that's a corona bonus, I believe you'd call that. And we
Corona
are
bonus.
more aware nowadays too. We treat people like they got the plague because they might have. So it's actually a pretty good thing. And on a final thought, guys, I'll jump out on this one. But apparently the captain of the Evergreen or the Evergiven, whatever you call it, the boat stuck in the Suez, said to the crew, "Hey, guys, we're going to go ashore and have a field trip. You all ready to go?" And they said, "We're not going to the fucking beach again, are we?" Yes. And that's my closing thoughts, guys. So I've had fun. Obviously, that crazy chick Vitch isn't coming back. So I've had real fun, guys. So I'll shut up for now, but it's been very good. And thank you guys in the chat too. Back to you, man.
Yeah.
Thank you, Boomer.
Yeah.
And thank you, Boomer, for
We always
stopping by.
love having you on.
Yeah, you definitely don't have as sexy of a voice as Vish, but we'll let it slide this time.
How do you know we're not the same person?
Well, I've
I
never
could be
seen
Vish with a vocoder or vice versa. It
I've
would
never
be the
seen you in the
perfect
same
match, wouldn't
room.
it?
I've never seen you in the same room together. So I mean, you might be.
True.
That's all based on speculation. This interview is over. Good night.
So something that I just thought about with the whole we all have hand sanitizer in our car now. When I started selling insurance, when I was training, my boss took me out with him to sell, and after every house, he would get in his car and he would pull out hand sanitizer and clean his hands. And I thought it was kind of weird at the time. This was, 2009, 2010, something like that. I thought it was kind of weird. And then I started selling insurance, and the leads that I got were some of the trashiest houses I've ever seen. And, Chrismer, you live fairly close to where I live, and there are some poor ass people around here.
Yeah.
And, their houses have roaches everywhere. I mean, I've sat there trying to write up an insurance policy before and had to beat roaches off of me. I've had to knock big ass spiders off my leg and just filthy, filthy places. And so I learned very quickly on to carry hand sanitizer in my car.
Yeah.
Because there were some places where I felt like I needed a hepatitis shot as soon as I walked out the door.
Yeah. But yeah, on that note.
Yeah, on that note,
Let's not even
everyone
say
go
our
wash your
goodbyes.
hands, wash your ass, wash your feet, wash your mouth out with soap.
Touch everything.
Shield some shit.
Yeah. And happy
Shield some shit.
Passover. Go kill a goat and spread its blood on your door.
Yeah.
And
painted
don't
our
be a
thread.
Covidiot.
Don't be a Covidiot, please. Just please.
That should be the main lesson from tonight.
Yeah, don't be a Covidiot. Don't.
All right, guys.
In the immortal words of Team Skeptic, don't be a team killer.
And in the moral words of Team Skeptic, shut the
Dean.
fuck up, Nathan. Oh wait, that's the wrong one.
Oh.
Shit.
Yeah.
Play that beautiful
Yeah.
bean footage.
Good night, everyone.
Good night, everyone.
Bye, everybody.
Good
Keep
night.
smiling.